Hello, everybody. Let's go ahead and check out how you could have made some money today from the watch list that was given. So, starting off with Google, Google did its thing today, but it did its thing way later in the day, to be completely honest. In the morning time, we can see it broke entry and just like immediately rejected it. So, if you would gotten into it, especially when this 2-2 reversal hit the other way and we're coming underneath the bottom band, you definitely want to cut the play here. Um, it did try several times to get up above it. It just didn't have the strength that it needed to until news actually came out that, oh, Google is planning on using AI for its search engine now and stuff like that. And then as you can see, what we're really getting is we're getting a bounce off of the VWAP as well, the retest of it here, then going through breaking entry and breaking PT1. Um, there wasn't an actual tap on the VWAP until then. There was some closeness here. And to be honest, if you had gotten it off of the VWAP here, if you had gotten it and rode it up, even to entry, you would have made some money. So by being aware of the VWAP and volume, you would have been able to make some money with this. However, it did hit PT1. It just took a very, very long time to get there. But everything else did very, very well today. So let's continue on with it. Amazon did its thing today. Let's go ahead and check it out on the 5 minute to see where it would have broken entry, how you could have played it. Immediately when the day started, we shot up, we broke entry, we took out PT1, we took out PT2, and you should be scaling out along the way with stops and profit. You sure would have been stopped out within this, but again, in profit, right? You would have been, whatever runners you had left would have walked away with profit. We do get the rejection, right? And this is for me, I wouldn't have wanted to re-enter it right here. I would have wanted to wait until we're like bouncing off of the VWAP rather than just breaking through it, because as you can see, this is sort of a false break through the VWAP. And it's here that we actually get the rise bounce off of it. If you had waited for here to re-get back into the play, you could have taken it to PT1, PT2. This is still a 2 up, and we are closing above the upper band. This immediately starts taking up to the upside, so you would have been able to comfortably ride this up as well. We do get a little choppy in here, but again, you could have used the upper band as your stop loss. And by doing so, you would not have been stopped out on the play ever. Up until maybe here, if you're using those candles or you're just like, hey, well, I'm so close to the final price target, let me just go ahead and cut my play here and take the remaining runners that I have to the bank, because it is here that we do break down beneath the upper band, but you would have been able to take it from here all the way to up here if you were just using that. So Amazon super did its thing today and took out price targets immediately after it was signaled. Would have had to been fast on the trigger on that. Crowd, same thing here. Did our thing, taking out multiple price targets. Let's go ahead and zoom in to see how it would have been done. We're above the VWAP. We're above the upper band. We break entry. These are all great things. We take out PT1. We take out PT2. We take out PT3. And it's then that we get our first 2 down. Now, whatever contracts you had, you should have been scaling out of PT1, scaling out of PT2, scaling out of PT3. Whenever this bad boy hits against you, you should have your stops somewhere in profit, right? Maybe you wouldn't have even been stopped out here yet, and then you could have taken it all the way to the 4th price target, which, and then let's be honest, with the big move like that, I'm ready to take my runners and go home. I'm happy with that. Absolutely. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes right in here just to PT3, which is several dollars of a movement, you would have made a bag. After that, say thank you. Go say thank you. Say thank you. My neighbor just gave our daughter some snacks. All right, so let's check this out. MA. All right, so MA did its thing today too, signaled right in the morning time. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right. Is this today? Wait. Yeah. So here we go. We started off right above entry. It was signaled, however, and by taking this play, you can see that we never crossed down beneath entry again, which is nice. This is like good indication to stay into the play. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 up. So you could have taken it essentially from right in here to PT2 to PT3 to PT4, because you could see it hit PT4 perfectly before bouncing off. It did re-trigger the weekly, and if you had gotten in onto it on the weekly, you probably would have been wanting to get out of it, especially when we're breaking things down like beneath the VWAP, rejecting off of this. This would have been a good indicator to maybe switch to puts, especially since this is the second time this week that we've broken the weekly entry and then rejected it before hitting the weekly PT1. So very, very easy to actually have taken this, made some money to the upside, and then you would have had signals down in here that like, hey, we're not getting above the VWAP. Let me get some puts, and as long as we don't get above this blue line, I'm good to go. And we don't. We don't. We just kept rocking back down. These are all just like alerts that I had for my own studying of it when the market was open. So yeah, MA did its thing as well, very, very nicely. And it's actually giving a beautiful setup for tomorrow too, but we'll get into that in the next part of the video. Shop did its thing as well before triggering. Let's check it out. In the morning time, we open here. In the first 5 minutes, we break entry, take out PT1, take out PT2, take out PT3. This would have been so easy to just buy into it when it gets signaled, because the signals are instant. So get into it when it gets signaled and then scale out along the way at price targets. You would have made some really decent money here before it ever just catapulted to the downside. And again, once you see us staying underneath this VWAP, maybe you're interested in some puts, but what you also would want to be looking at is potentially the Fib 50. Now, this isn't like a perfect candidate for the Fib 50, if you ask me, because I like Fib 50s that reject entry and then immediately run away from it. This took out several price targets before doing that. However, if you study the Fib 50 from other parts of the videos that I've shown, you would have been able to put on your Fibonacci sequence, and when it crosses the 50% mark of the retracement, you could have bought some puts and then rode those out to the 100% retracement in here. And it's not the only play that did that today. So let's keep going. AMD, I know several of us, of my students, we all made some money today on AMD. We were all talking about it. And let's go ahead and zoom in to the 5 minutes. 5-minute chart, you can see right in here, we broke entry, right? We came back down. Now, for me, it didn't come back down percentage-wise enough for me to really want to get out of the play, right? I was able to stay into it pretty comfortably, and then it did end up going out, taking out PT1, scaled out some there, got really close to PT2, scaled out some there, had stops in profit right around PT1, and was able to get out there as well. Now, if you do look, it really wanted to stay above the daily entry. So maybe if you're somebody that's like swinging your play, despite the wick on top, as long as we're staying above that entry, and this is where you got it, then this might be great for a swing into the next day to maybe continue that movement, especially with news and stuff that's coming out with chips and AI and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and move into Uber. Now, Uber went crazy today, right? Uber just went crazy today. But let's talk about it. That 5-minute initial break, right in here at the morning time. This is when it got signals. This is when everybody was alerted inside the Discord. Hey, go ahead and buy your calls now. Boom. We take out PT1. We take out PT2. We immediately come and reject going beneath entry. This is a great opportunity to get more if you're that type of trader. You want to get more contracts. And this would have been the opportunity, especially with the 2-2 rev in here, 2 down, 2 up reversal, then 2 up, 2 up, 2 up. A 2 down, it's a failed 2 down. So this is why candle conclusion is so important. 2 up, 1, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up. First 2 down, it's a real 2 down. So you could have ridden it all the way from entry all the way to its 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth price target, almost taking out the final one before it finally rejected. And then honestly, it's not about switching to puts on the other side. When you make a beautiful movement like this and you're trading, you're done for the day. You're done for the day. There's no reason to keep over trading, risk the bag that you just made. If you had traded Uber today off the signal that I gave out, you would have made some bread for sure. Moving on into JNJ. Now, this is another example of where the Fib 50 would have been coming into really good play, and holy crap, would it have like gone insane. But let's talk about it, right? Because what we care about is we care about, hey, did it break entry and hit price target? And yes, we break entry, we hit PT1, we immediately start getting exhausted from that. This is a good indication of why you want to be scaling out at price targets and moving your stops into profit. Because if you had done that, you would have walked away with profit on this play before it completely rejected, activated the Fib 50, took out where that daily actual signal stop loss is, and then just ran to the freaking dirt after that. But if you notice, what are we staying beneath pretty much this entire time? One, we're kind of rejecting off the VWAP. And then once we get and stay beneath, like once we get down here and stay beneath the lower band, we never went back up above. Every time we tried, we were like, oops, we're not supposed to be up here. Oops, we're not supposed to be up here. Oops, we're not supposed to be up here. So having the VWAP on is a very, very good indicator for you guys. And let's keep it going. Let's put a bow on this with MasterCard. MasterCard was great. Made some money with this today as well. Wait, did we already go over MasterCard? Oh, we already went over MasterCard. Well, that's all of them. That's all of them. Yeah, so pretty much everything that was given in the video yesterday, everything that was given in the watch list, everything broke entry, everything took out a price target. I was 100% on the plays. If it was signaled, it hit a price target. So you should have been able to make some money. And I hope that you did. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Go make the watch list for tomorrow. God bless you. I hope everything is working out in your favor. You made some money today. And if you didn't, you slept through it all. There's a whole other day, an opportunity tomorrow. God bless. See you soon.